Hi everyone, this is Bharti here. So in my previous videos, I have explained about logistic regression. As you know, it is one of the model in supervised machine learning. It is best suited for binary classification, that is S or no, success or failure. And examples are like spam detection of spam, whether the email which we have received it is a spam or not. Then diabetes, whether the person has the diabetes or not. So those kinds of model building logistic regression algorithm, it is one of the best algorithm. And in order to do that, we will be using the sigmoid function. Uh, and we will be having a question like why we do not use the linear regression instead of the logistic regression. So in this video, we will be going through why we are not using the linear regression instead of the logistic regressions. So moving on, we all will be having one question like why we are using a regression when we are mainly dealing with the classification type. So inside the regression, we will be using this classification algorithm. For example, let's take an example of diabetes data sets only. So under x-axis, we have some data points. Under y-axis, this is our target column, wherein we have to predict the person has a diabetes or not. So when we see over here, we have data points under 0, and under the 1 also we are having some data points. As we know, this is a regression. This data points are a regression where this is a discrete or a continuous series. Continuous series, sorry. So moving on. So why we will be using this logistic regression instead of linear regression? Let's go through some examples. So here we are having some data sets. So in this data set, we will be finding this two features. So in this data, if we try to apply linear regression, how does it look? So when we try to find out the best fit line, so here we can see this has crossed, this is on the x-axis and this line is going through the 1. So here when we try to find out x value 6, the y value it is showing somewhere around 0.7. So as we know, in the linear regression, we will be basically dealing with the finding out the best fit line, that is, we'll be finding out the slope and the intercept. So here, when we try to find out into this diagram, when we try to find out the value of 9 under x value, we can find out that it is going on above the line 1. So this is something, and also the slope, I mean this intercept slope, it is on the x-axis. Sorry, slope, it is on the x-axis. So this is somewhat when we try to implement our model to this particular linear regression, it is not suitable. Also in the logistic regressions, we will be having the negative values. So if we have a negative values, it will be somewhat different. So how do we deal with when we have such kinds of features wherein we will be having all kinds of negative values and the positive values, and we have to find out the which is the best fit algorithm? So in the such cases, we can use this logistic regression. So logistic regression, as we know, it uses the sigmoid function, and for the sigmoid function also we have a equation, that is y hat is equal to sigma into 2. So basically, as we know, in this logistic regression, we will be classification, target will be our classification, and wherein it tries to find out the values between 0 and 1, not beyond that or not above that. So this function usually squashes, as I said, values and give the values between 0 to 1. So that's it for today. In my upcoming videos, I will be explaining about maths behind the logistic regression and what will be the cost function and all. So please subscribe my channel and hit like button. Thank you all.